Okay, people, so just back from an advanced screening of One of Them Days, right? This is the new film from Lawrence Lamont, written by Syreeta Singleton. It is produced by James Lopez, Poppy Hanks, Denise Davis, Issa Rae, Sarah Rostogi. Executive produced by Jeff Valerie, Sharon Palmer, Charles D. King, and Keke Palmer. It's co-produced by Syreeta Singleton, with line production from Brianna Spillman, Joseph Mikuki. I think that's how you say it, right? We have Chanda Dancy on composition, right? The music, the sound of it all. Ava Burkowski takes care of the cinematography, right? Kim Bortis-Briam and Tia Nolan edit the whole piece. Production design is Monique Diaz. Art direction, we have Jessica Shulton. Esmeralda de la Cruz is set decoration. Cairo Quartz is costume design. Hair and makeup, we have Para Thomas, Nikki Wright, Randy Stoddergill, Deanna Pauley, Vonda K. Morris, Michelle Lewis, and Conrad Hilton. So, people, the cast, right? Who's in this joint? Well, we have got Keke Palmer. She plays Dreux. SZA is her best friend, Alicia. There is Kayshawn, right, who is Alicia's boyfriend, kind of, right, played by Joshua David Neal. There's Maniac, played by Patrick Cage, right? We've got Bernice, who is played by... Oh, where is Bernice? Which is very bizarre. This is, man, I always hate these layouts, man. They drive me insane. Right, Bernice is played by Azizi Scott. We've got Jamal, played by Dawan Perkins. There's Kathy, played by Keila Monterosa Majar. King Lolo, played by Amin Joseph. Ruby, played by Janelle James. We've got Bethany, played by Maud Apatow. Cat Williams is Lucky. Lil Ray Howery is the shoe buyer. Mama Ruth is played by Vanessa Bell Calloway. Shayla, played by Gabrielle Dennis. Who's Uche, played by Rizzy Timane. Shamika, played by Dominic Perry. Joseph, played by Dustin Yarborough. Fabian, played by Ray Santiago. Oi. Wayne, that was Fabian, right? Wayne, played by Galen J. Williams. Sarah, played by Taylor Short. Nicole, played by Nefertari Spencer. James is played by AJ Troop. Norman, right, played by Morgan Peter Brown. Yeah, that's like the main lot of people, I would say, right? The gist of the film: when best friends and roommates Dreux and Lisa discover Lisa's boyfriend has blown their rent money, the duo finds themselves going to extremes in a race against the clock to avoid eviction and their friendship and to keep their friendship intact. Right? So yeah, it looks like this is the directorial debut from Lawrence Lamont. Right? It is definitely the first film from Syreeta Singleton. It's the first role for SZA. Right? There's a lot of firsts here, which is interesting, right? Because the film, man, when you break this film down, man, they all do really well. They all do really well. It's a weird one, right? Because on the surface, it's kind of stereotypical, right? Like, you know where everything is going. Right? You know, okay, well, this is going to happen. All right, they're going to get to this bit. Obviously, you know, it can't be a win here, so then this will probably happen. Like, you know every single beat of the film, right? You know how it's going to end, right? It's all kind of, yeah, you know, you can see it. And it just follows the trend of films of the ilk, right? So it shouldn't work. Shouldn't work. But I think where the film succeeds, right? Where the film really succeeds, firstly, it is the chemistry here. Keke Palmer and SZA are fantastic together. Right? They are insanely believable as best friends. You buy that whole situation. I mean, all the acting holds up. You know what I mean? It all holds up, right? You buy. I mean, Maud Apatow, it's kind of funny, right? Watching her as a little kid in her dad's movies and then seeing her now in just other roles, right? She's definitely developed as a, you know, an actress on her own feet, which is, you know, great. But Patrick Cage is Maniac, and Joshua David Neal as Gishawn, right? Those two, you bought those characters, you know, right? Bernice. He's got, man, you bought Bernice, like, oh man, it was funny. It was funny. So all the characters work. You buy the dynamics, and that is really key with a film where you can see everything going, right? When you know what's gonna happen, and it's just like, a lot of times, right, the relationships you just don't buy. You do not buy the love interest. You don't buy the friendships. So it's all just a bit like, ugh. But although, as I said, the story, predictable, everything else, it works. So it keeps you engaged. You know what I mean? It's like these are the things you're coming for because you know where it's going. So it's just like, all right, so how are they going to do it? You know? So that's great. I think also there's legitimate funny bits in this film. I mean, I thought it was funny, right? Because I don't even know, right? It's like the whole motherfucking cinema's gaslighting me or something. because I do not see, I don't see, but I don't see how you cannot find someone being run over funny. It's funny, right? Someone running into a door. That's hilarious. Falling off a building. Like, come on now. Right? I'm laughing my ass off and I felt judged. I felt judged. Now, all these motherfuckers in the screen, right, they were laughing at other bits, but yo, come on, people, right? So, no, there's some funny bits. There's some real funny bits in the film, which, again, help it out. Like some of the jokes, I don't think were great, right? But as I say, other people on the screen were laughing at those. Now I'm laughing at the you know what I mean? But as I said, yo, someone running into a door. Come on, that's funny, man. That's funny. And I can laugh because I've done it so many times, right? So many times, right? This is kind of the reason I got broken fucking foot right now. But anyway, so all of these things work. Like the soundtrack, like the music, the score, all of that. Again, that works, right? That works. I enjoyed that, all of that aspect of it. So I think those elements help lift the film from just being like mediocre, from being one of those, straight to DVD type of films from back in the day. It's not, like when you think of that, the House Party reboot from last year, ugh. And the White Men Can't Jump reboot, like, ugh. It was better than those, for sure, right? For sure. So if you like those two, then one of them days is most definitely going to work for you, right? There were elements of the film where you're just like, come on, man. Like, in a real, that ain't happening, right? If you did this thing, you ain't getting that. Right, so there was those things, because there was other scenarios in the film you could buy, right? There's certain bits you'd be like, all right, that makes sense, I can buy that. Then there's other things that you just be like, that's kind of dumb, right? The whole thing in the blood center was dumb. I feel you could have done it in another way where it was, made more sense, right? But those dumb things don't necessarily hurt the film, right? Don't necessarily hurt the film because of all the other elements that do work, right? This has already dropped stateside, but it's hitting UK shores, right, this week on the 7th of March. So, yeah, I am still like blown away that this is SZA's first role, right? That is crazy. And Keke Palmer, right? She's really good. You know what I mean? Obviously, she's really good. She's done some great stuff. So, yeah, she's in the new Boots Riley film, and man, Sorry to Bother You was so fucking awesome. So I cannot wait to see how she does with that. She was good in Nope. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like the cast was good. So with this film, you want to see more of SZA in acting roles. She better not retire from the singing, because we know she's legit as fuck when it comes to that. But, yo, I'd be down for seeing her act more for sure. Right? I think Lamont does a solid job with the direction, and Syreeta Singleton, It's not a bad job with the writing. She's written for Insecure and Issa Rae's other stuff, right? And there was some solid stuff going on with the writing. Now, as I said, this is the first feature film. So, as I said, there's a lot of firsts, and it does lay the foundation. It does lay a good foundation to grow upon. So this isn't a perfect film by any means, but you see enough where you want to see more from these people, right? You want to see more from Singleton. You want to see more from Lamont, right? You want to see more from SZA. So yeah, man, let me know what you think, people. As I said, if you like the recent reboot of White Men Can't Jump, House Party, you will enjoy this, right? I feel it's better than all of the Friday sequels. You know what I mean? Now, it's not as tight as a Friday, right? But again, it still works. So if you like any of those films I've referenced, then people go check out One of Them Days. If you're in the UK, you can do that in the cinema. If you're anywhere else, right? If you're in the States, you can watch it on VOD. You know what I mean? Links on the website, people. Let me know what you think. One of Them Days.